All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakha Kwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, the elder bishops, the great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, to the men on the highways and the byways that are pushing out this word in truth and sincerity, and to the remnant men, women, and children of the elect. To you all I say Shalom. My name is Ahmawan Ahyash, and I'm back with another lesson through the power and the spirit of Yahawashi Yahawashi. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Just another day in Babylon, another day to report, news and prophecy and the things that were going on as we measure the times diligently. I'm just going to jump right into it. Brothers, throughout the body, shared this post from DJ Trump from his social media platform, Truth Social. And this is what he tweeted. Tweeted is not what he tweeted. This is what he posted. Salakia. It says, today will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the effing straight, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to yeah. You see what it says. President DJT. Now, when you see something like this, and initially was my response, I thought this was fake. I didn't even think it was real until I went and looked and found that this dude is dead serious. Right? Now I don't know. Now this is unprecedented as far as like a president of the United States speaking so freely, speaking so matter-of-factly when it comes to, what they're looking to do, like openly when it comes to like war and bombing and missiles and things like that. We've never seen anything like this. You know what I mean? And it kind of just, for me, it kind of just speaks to, where we're at in prophecy, how close we are to the end, the fact that Babylon, this represents the state of America, of Babylon the Great. It's unraveling. Okay, it's unfolding. It's circling the drain, the power structure of the east of Esau, Edom, in this empire. Okay, the spiritual Babylon, spiritual Egypt. It's folding right in front of our eyes. It almost feels like it's desperation. You know what I mean? But then another side of you makes you feel like, some of this stuff seems too coincidental. Like, you know what I mean? It's too out there. You know what I mean? It's too provocative. There's so many different words you can describe this type of post from a president that kind of makes you sit back and think, is there something else to it? Is there more that we're not seeing? That could be the reasoning for this. You just don't know. But nonetheless, he posted it, and what I did was I got another notification and it confirmed that this was true. This is from Politico. Okay. It says Trump again threatens to hit Iranian civil infrastructure. Okay. Posted the same day this morning. You see the debris and the destruction from airstrikes. It says President Donald Trump on Sunday threatened once more to strike Iran's civilian infrastructure if it does not move to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, raising the specter that the U.S. could commit what are considered to be war crimes in the country. Okay, and that's something that I recently found out that I didn't necessarily know, that it's a war crime to drop drones or missiles on civilian infrastructure. Okay, that can create power outages or have an impact on civilian lives in that way. Okay, it says Tuesday will be power. This is what I read already. Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. He wrote on Truth Social. There will be nothing like it. Open the effing straight, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. He added, praise be to Allah. So it's crazy that he would write praise be to Allah, because like what are you, is he mocking them? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what, it's wild for this man to be talking like this and to be saying shit like this, as the president of the United States. You know, somebody like a Joe Biden or Obama, they would never ever come out this boisterous, and this open. You know, even if they thought it, they wouldn't come out like that. You know what I'm saying? So um, it's just something to keep our eyes on. It says Trump issued a similar threat on Thursday, reiterating a vow from earlier in the week to strike Iran's electric generating plants, oil wells, and Karg Island, a small piece of land that nearly all of Iran's oil exports pass through. Experts have warned that such attacks could amount to war crimes, with international law generally forbidding attacks against civilian infrastructure like power plants and desalination plants. Now, if this was to happen, it's just a matter of, waiting for Iran to respond. What are they going to wait for America to act out, or are they going to respond before, or they respond after? It's all wars and rumors of wars, and the things that we are anticipating, the signs that we ought to watch for, to know that we're that much closer to the end. It's a beautiful thing to see, because um, it does give us a better understanding of where we are. It gives us hope that we're at the end, because hey man, we want to get out of here. We want that event to take place. The straw that breaks the camel's back. And I was thinking about it. I said, you know what? This could be it. You know, um, with the Strait of Hormuz being closed and not being open, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be open anytime soon. What type of effect is that going to have on the economy? What's that going to type of effect that it's going to have globally? We know how important that strait is, and if this war goes on and lasts longer, it could have a catastrophic event on different nations across the globe, right? It could lead to just about you know a famine. It could lead to you know uh, gas and oil prices and energy prices soaring. It could lead to inflation, a hyperinflation event. That all hell could break loose. This could be that. You just never know. We don't know what the Lord has planned for it, but at the end of the day, we know that there's some troubling times coming. All right, and when it hasn't been this heated and this hot as far as the United States in a specific war in a long time. You know what I'm saying? So, we're witnessing something that is you know, I don't want to necessarily use the word unprecedented, because the United States have been in wars before, but man, shit is getting hot out there. I'll just put it like that. Shit is getting real hot out there. What else did I want to go over? Oh, I wanted to just read this real quick. The brother Corner Wild sent this in the chat. This is from the Kobisi letter on X. It says, breaking, the U.S.-Europe alliance is reportedly watching a breaking point over the Iran war, and President Trump has mused to aides about backing out of NATO, per Wall Street Journal. Right? So the breaking point with these different alliances that the United States has with these nations, because they don't want to get involved. They understand the ramifications of getting involved in this, and they just want to kind of step back and say, hey man, handle your business. You know what I'm saying? Because again, with that strait being closed, it could have a catastrophic event on different nations and their economies. Nobody wants their economy to be destabilized and where you can't get the necessary resources you need to sustain your country, man. Details include the transatlantic ties between the U.S. and Europe are deteriorating rapidly. Trump has expressed disgust with European allies for not joining the U.S.-Israeli war against Iran, right? And that's the thing. Let me go back to that first one. Transatlantic ties between the U.S. and Europe are deteriorating rapidly. So as the days and the weeks go on, you're seeing these nations basically just pulling themselves away from this tyrannical beast of a man that Trump is starting to become. He's just these nations are looking at him like, yo, goddamn, man, yeah, what's up with you, man? You wilding out right now. All right. It says transatlantic ties between the U.S. and Europe are deteriorating rapidly. Number 2, it says Trump has expressed disgust with European allies for not joining the U.S.-Israeli war against Iran. So he's expressed disgust with, some of these, nations for not getting involved. It's like you can't just start bombing people out of nowhere. You don't have any real reason or justification. It came out even when this war first started that Iran wasn't an imminent threat to the United States. What's the purpose of this whole thing? And these nations are going, man, why y'all went into Venezuela, went and took Maduro, stole his oil. Now you're trying to do the same thing with Iran. Like, none of these nations are really going for it. You know what I'm saying? So it says number 3, it says Trump is questioning whether defending Europe serves U.S. interests at all if Europeans do not help American military interventions in the Middle East or elsewhere. The White House's stance is being described as a break with American global strategy since World War II. U.S.-NATO relations appear to be at new lows, okay? And that's scriptural, okay? Let me just get that real quick since and I'm going to get back to Isaiah 19 because guess what? This man is really playing out what that verse actually says. It says Revelation 17, and I'm going to start at, let me go to the blue letter. Revelation chapter 17 and down at verse 16, I believe. Let me see. Just get right to the point. Revelation 17 and 16, it says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." So as we seeing this, he's using words as disgust with European allies. The U.S.-NATO relations appear to be at new lows. They're at a breaking point. All these different things. I mean, it doesn't. There's no signs that point to these things de-escalating. All right. And at some point, these prophecies are going to come to pass. And it's just going to be nasty, man. It's going to be war. All right. And with Trump posting stuff like this, man, this is wild, man. He's talking about it'll be PowerPoint Day, Bridge Day, bombing their civilian infrastructure. There'll be nothing like it. Open the effing straight, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Like, what? Does this not point to what it says in Isaiah 19? Is this man not acting out being the cruel Lord? Isaiah 19 and verse 4, it says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord, Yahawah by Shemel Shai of hosts. Right? So, he's just going all out kamikaze style. You know what I'm saying? This dude is bugging out, man. He's losing it. This dude is losing it. All right. But again, that's the state of America. That's the state of Babylon the Great. This is the declining, falling kingdom, and it's falling rapidly. Okay. 2020. When I say rapidly, I just mean Trump just got in office, man. In January, man. It's April. It's what? January, February, March. It's 3 full months that have taken place. We just started the 4th month, and it's been so much chaos, man, ever since this man got back in. Bombings and murders and stealing and you know what I mean? Pillages. This dude is wilding. And that's the spirit, man. The Holy Spirit revealed that to Apostle Tahar that this is the cruel Lord, man. All right. We can't see another 4 years playing out to where he's not in office anymore and you get another president. Nah, man. This thing is coming to an end. This thing is coming to an end. And all praise to Yahawah Yahawashi for that. Word up, man. What else we got? Is there anything else I wanted to show? Any other articles? No, that was it. Let me see. Let me just go to let me go to book of let me go to Joel, because ultimately this is going to result into, see what it says in Joel 3 and 1 in the blue letter, the caption, it says the nations will be judged. Let me just start at 1. Joel 3 and 1, for behold, in those days and in that time, well, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. Okay, and I will also gather the nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay, Yahweh Shaphat, meaning the Lord's judgment. Yahweh's judgment, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Right? So that's gonna, these nations that Trump is disgusted with, and these allies and these alliances are falling apart. That's gonna result in these nations coming, that region, and it's gonna be nuclear missiles are gonna start flying, man. That's what it's gonna come down to. The third world's woe. And all of the signs are pointing to that. This is Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14, right? It says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. The second woe is past, and the third woe cometh quickly. All right, so we're watching and waiting for this to take place, man. And those of us hopeful members of the elect, we just sitting back. We're sitting back watching the Lord work, because he's clearly working. He's really clearly working on the minds of these leaders and these presidents and these prime ministers and these religious leaders. All right, he's working on the minds of these people, so these prophecies can officially take place. Right? I'll close out with this. Proverbs 21 and 1. It says the king's heart is in the hand of Yahawah, by Hashem Yahawashi, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. Okay, so it's the Lord who's bringing forth these judgments. It's the Lord who is stirring up the minds of these kings, these presidents, to do as they're doing now. Okay, and man, through the power and spirit of Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi, the Lord will keep the spirit on us to endure and continue to do the work and to continue to report, okay, to the elect, because what with this message, this warning, these prophecies, they're only gonna reach the ears of the elect. Okay, nothing more, nothing less, man. The elect is the only ones that are gonna receive this message that we have for them, which is to repent, which is to turn back, which is to keep your eyes, wars and rumors of wars, plagues and pestilences, a breakdown of society. Okay, 2nd Ezra chapter 15. We was going into camp yesterday, about how, when you read that chapter, it reminds you of like a purge-like scenario. Okay, where people are absolutely desperate. Society is completely broken down. Nothing is functioning properly. There's no, how it talks about they shall not regard their kings and princes. Right? Because at that point, when all hell breaks loose, people ain't gonna be concerned with your police or your military or your presidents or your mayors or your governors and any type of mandates that they put on or anything. It's gonna be about survival at that point, man. And this is what we're watching. This sounds like desperation to me. But we'll see how this thing plays out, man. That's all we could do is sit back and watch and pray that Yahweh Shai has mercy on us so we can endure and fight until the end, man, because that's all it's about. The fight till the absolute end, and believing, keeping your fear intact, keeping your integrity intact this faith, so we could be delivered, so we could be worthy to be delivered, man. All right. Actually, let me just, I said I was focused on this, but I mentioned the word worthy to be delivered, and it just made me think of Luke 21. So let me just get that real quick, because we have to, stay locked into this thing, man. Luke 21:36 says, watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all the things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. Right? We gotta watch these things take place. Watch ye therefore. Okay? Watch what's going on. Pay attention to the breaking news. Pay attention to the oil prices. Pay attention to when these things happen, the effect that it has on the economy, the effect that it has at the pump, at the grocery stores, inflation, hyperinflation. These things are about to go down, man. Jacob's trouble is about to take place. All right, watch ye therefore, and pray always. That's the important part. And pray always. Okay, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. Because at the end of the day, we need to stand before Yahawashi when he comes to deliver the elect, and be worthy, man. All right, so with that, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you were edified. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Makakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, the elder bishops, the great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.